Many of us thought this to be the case, but now we have 100% confirmation. There is no defensive back in the league that can cover Tyreek Hill man-to-man. As he has said, he is literally like 7-Eleven. He's open all the time, or he can get open at any time. It's going to be exciting to see teams trying to line up to stop him and the Miami Dolphins. Go man-to-man, and Tyreek is going to destroy you. He's going to eat defensive backs alive. If you double team him, Jaylen Waddle will always be open. Always. If you try to double team both of them, which I doubt would ever happen, then you get Mike McDaniel, who's going to be wide open, as well as probably one of the running backs. Now what really gets interesting, if they go to a 3 or 4 wideout set, and you've got Tyreek, Jaylen Waddle, Mike McDaniel, Eazy-E, and Cedric Wilson all on the field at the same time. That's a nightmare scenario for any defensive coordinator. You put 4 wide receivers out there, and we're going to have defensive secondaries crying mama. But none of that happens if the offensive line can't protect Tua Tagovailoa. It's only the preseason, so I don't expect a ton of blitzing by the Bucs this weekend, but I'm sure they'll put some blitz packages in. And you can bet every team the Miami Dolphins is going to face is going to pull game film after game film, send scout after scout to try and see if they can find the glaring weakness in this offensive line. If Tua has the time, this Miami Dolphins team is going to light up the scoreboard. They're going to score a ton of points. But on the other hand, if this offensive line isn't up to the task, if it's porous, if Connor keeps doing these weird snaps and disrupting the timing, Tua is going to be in a lot of trouble. Understand right now, if Tua doesn't have the time, it doesn't matter if Tyreek's open, Waddle's open, Gesicki's open, it doesn't matter. If he doesn't have the time, this offense falls apart. And you know that Mike McDaniel and the staff already know that. So what do I expect? I expect after this first preseason game, if they see stuff they don't like, McDaniel is going to have to make some moves, and I think he's prepared to do so. Like I said, I expect a light blitzing package against the Bucs. And then, of course, you've got the normal 4-man rush. If the Dolphins can't stop a 4-man rush, they're in a ton of trouble, and they need to make some immediate moves. And I'm sure that Mike McDaniel knows that if he sees they can't stop light blitzing packages and stop a 4-man rush, he's going to have a lot of late nights until he gets it fixed. The guys up front are going to see a lot of different looks. They're going to see a lot of different stunts. They're going to see some inside game, and they better be ready. Every defensive coordinator in the league already knows what the capabilities of this offense are. And they also know the Achilles heel is that offensive line. I plan on focusing on offensive line play as I watch this game this weekend. All the stuff coming out of camp was from a distance. We couldn't really see what was going on in the trenches. But now, with the national broadcast, we're going to be able to see very clearly. I'm going to be able to zoom in. I'm going to be able to do a breakdown and see what the offensive line is doing. That is going to be very telling, so make sure you stick around for that. And right now, until proven otherwise, the offensive line is the weakness with the Miami Dolphins, and they have to show, they have to prove that they're ready for the task. If you'd like to see any of my other videos on the Miami Dolphins, there's going to be 2 here as always for you to check out. Let's hope everything goes well with the offensive line this weekend. Fins up.